Welcome to our Bible Stories channel. Please subscribe and like us for daily updates. The next story is the call of Abraham. Terah lived in a place called Ur. He had 3 sons and at least 1 daughter. One of the sons had a child named Lot. Another son was Abram, who married his half-sister Sarai. When Lot's father died, Terah took the entire family and moved north to a place called Haran. They stayed there until Terah died. When Abram was 75 years old, the Lord said, "Abram, I want you to leave your family and country and go to a place I have selected for you. I'll make you into a nation and your name will be great. I'll bless you, and I'll also bless everyone else who blesses you. And I'll curse anyone who curses you. All the families of the earth will be blessed because of you." So Abram took his wife Sarai and Lot his nephew and left Haran. When they came to a place called Canaan, God said, "I'm giving this land to you and your children." Abram believed God, even though he didn't have any children. He knew God would keep his promise. So he built an altar in the new land God had given him, and worshipped the Lord. Sometime later, a severe famine hit the land. So Abram took all he had and went to Egypt. He said to Sarai, "The Egyptians will see you're a beautiful woman. They'll kill me in order to get you. So tell them you're my sister." He was right. The Egyptians saw that Sarai was beautiful. When Pharaoh found out that she wasn't married, he took her into his house. He treated Abram well, thinking the man was her brother. Abram became rich in Egypt. His wealth included sheep, cattle, donkeys, camels, and servants. God was angry with Pharaoh because he had Sarai in his house. Plagues hit his family, and everyone got seriously sick. Finally, Pharaoh said to Abram, "Why did you do this to me? You said she was your sister. Now I find out she's your wife. Take her and get out of here." So Abram took his wife and Lot and went back to Canaan. They settled near a place called Bethel. There, he worshipped the Lord. The next story is the God who sees me. After Abram had lived in Canaan for 10 years, Sarai became concerned that she hadn't yet had a child like the Lord promised. She said to her husband, "I have a solution to this problem. Go to bed with my slave Hagar. When she delivers a child, it'll be the same as if I had the child." Abram agreed and did as she said. But as soon as Hagar became pregnant, she started acting like she was better than Sarai. This made Sarai angry. She said to Abram, "You're the one who has caused all my problems. You got my slave pregnant, and now she thinks she's better than me." Abram said, "She's your slave. Do whatever you want with her." So Sarai started beating Hagar and humiliating her in any way she could. Finally, the slave ran away. She came to a spring of water and collapsed next to it. The angel of the Lord said to her, "Hagar, where are you going?" "Oh Lord, I'm running away from Sarai, my mistress." No, you shouldn't do that. God has heard your crying out in pain. Go back and submit to Sarai, even if she beats you. You'll have a son and you're to call him Ishmael. He'll be a fighting man and be at odds with everyone. I'll multiply your descendants so much that you wouldn't be able to count them." Hagar was amazed and said, "I have seen the God who sees me." So she named the spring, "The Well of the Living God Who Sees Me." She then went back and submitted herself to Sarai. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar gave birth to her son. He named the child Ishmael, which means, "God hears." The next story is the Melchizedek. Both Abram and Lot were prosperous. Soon their herdsmen started arguing over grazing rights. Abram said, "We shouldn't be fighting. After all, we're family. There is plenty of land here. You choose. You go one way and I'll go the other." Lot knew which direction he wanted to go. The Jordan Valley had plenty of water, and it reminded him of Egypt. He'd often say to himself, "It's like the Lord's garden." So he chose the entire Jordan Valley. He set up his tent near Sodom, even though the men there were extremely wicked. Then the Lord said to Abram, "Look to the north and to the south. Look to the east and the west. I'm giving it all to you and your descendants. Get up, walk over all this land, it's yours." Sometime later, an alliance of 4 city kingdoms made war with the 5 cities around Sodom. The alliance won the battle and took all their possessions, food, and many of the people, including Lot. When Abram heard about this, he took his 318 trained servants and chased after the alliance. He attacked them during the night and totally defeated them. He then took Lot, all the people and their possessions back to Sodom. Abram met Melchizedek when he got there. Melchizedek was the king of Salem, but he was also a priest of the Most High God. He said, "Abram is blessed by the Most High God, who created the heaven and earth. Give praise to the Most High God, because it is He who has given you victory over your enemies." Abram gave Melchizedek 1/10 of everything. The king of Sodom said to Abram, "Give me the people and you keep all the possessions." Abram said, "No, I'm not taking any of it. I'm giving it all back to you, except what the servants ate during the campaign. I never want you to say, 'I made Abram rich.'" With that, Abram and his servants went home. Soon afterwards, the Lord came to him in a vision and said, "I'm your shield and exceeding great reward." Abram answered, "Lord, I still don't have a son, but I have a servant that is like a son to me. Let him inherit your promises to me." "No, you'll have a son, and he'll be your heir." "Abram, look at the stars in the sky. Your descendants will be as hard to count as those stars." This seemed impossible to Abram, but he believed it, and God was pleased. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to support us.